Greetings, everybody, and welcome to Invisible Tarot. My name is Priestess Keisha, and I'm going to be doing a 9-card spread. And this is all about looking at where you are now. This is about helping you with any dream that you have, whether it be about love or money or family, become a reality. All right. And this spread is also one that can be used to discover love, to represent where you are now, where you want to be, right? So we're going to go ahead and get into it. I've already cleared the energy and all that good stuff. So I'm going to be laying these cards out and let's get into it. This is going to be, I will just kind of do these readings for Aquarius at this time. Any cross watchers or what have you, we might get into other signs or what have you, but for now, we're going to focus on Aquarius. I myself am an Aquarius. I'm a January Aquarius. But yeah, love and light to all, all of these divine gods and goddesses out there, no matter who you are, where you are. I pray that today is a wonderful day for you, that you are feeling in high vibrations, that all is well. So I'm just sending my intentions out there. I already, called in my spirit guides to assist with this reading, that it may benefit, everyone who watches this reading in your highest good and the highest good of those connected to you. All right. So let's get into it. Let's see. 3 more shuffles is what I'm hearing. 3 more. 1. All right. Let's get into it. Let's get into it for Aquarius. General reading, where you are now, how to get to where you want to be in terms of love, money, family, your home, that sort of thing. Let's get some answers for the Aquarius. 1 more, and we will lay these cards down. All right. 1 more. Lay these cards down. All right, here we go. The first one, right? Number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, 7, way up there. All right, number 8, and number 9. All right, so let's take a look at this. All right, let's take a look at this. All right, here we go with where you are now. Okay, this right here, it could signify so many things, but we're just gonna take a look at these cards. Let me tap into this energy and let's see what we have here. Let's take this one up so that we can see all the rest of the cards. This is significant, okay? It's significant in that this is where you are now, or this is the energy that you're in right now. It can be, literally how you feeling, the situation that you find yourself in, that sort of thing. One thing I will say is that although there is not a lot of pentacles in this reading, I feel a lot of pentacles in this reading, okay? Visually, there's a lot of swords in this reading. Makes sense with that Aquarian sort of energy, right? I do see cups, significant cups, a lot of major arcanas, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcanas. That's significant. Okay, to me, this speaks to something that is dealing with either finances or the home. It could be something about, connected to love. It possibly could be, but more so if it's love, I would say it's focused around finances and the home in terms of love. It could be finance and home in terms of your body, your actual home, your physical home. And also too, you got that Ace of Swords. That's significant. So here, one thing for sure that's sticking out for me is this has to do with foundation, and it's about really seeing beyond your clouded mind. Here, just what I'm picking up intuitively is that there's some darkness that is in the mind space, right? And at the center, it is about the pinnacles. It is about your pinnacle. So that could be like where you see yourself, right? Like if you think of your ideal self, things can be a little kind of a little dark for you right now in terms of how you're thinking of your ideal self. Kind of like either you're more in this kind of shadow sort of aspect in terms of that mental space. At the center, it is pinnacles. It is either something about your home, your physical body, your finances, your even your love life, right? It could be a division in terms of the heart not being on one accord, the heart feeling split. Something is coming in between the heart. All right. It could be the pinnacle that is coming in between the heart, meaning like that is kind of infiltrating that heart space. Another very significant thing here. There are a lot of things that, even though there could be there's this feeling of being kind of in the shadow, it could have to do with your shadow self. It absolutely could. Dark sort of thoughts and that sort of thing, but also too very significant. You can see a lot of angles, like ways that it could go. Right? It's not upright. It's skewed. It's pointing in all sorts of directions. Usually something like that we would look at and say, oh, this is great, because you can see all these sort of different directions in terms of your foundation. However, we want to get a very upright sort of view, as opposed to like a view that's laying down, so to speak, something that is upright. Upright meaning more in alignment with who you are and not so much base like carnal, so to speak. Okay, so I think that's where that heart is coming in. That's where that heart is coming in. So this could very well be a mismatch in terms of the balancing in that mind space, in that that heart space. Okay, all right, so we're gonna just set this here because this is significant. Okay, this is very significant. All right, so the next thing is, this card here speaks to what resources you need to get you started. Now, usually when we see this, this fool, you know what I mean? You look at this and some people say, oh, jump off a cliff, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, not really, kind of being carefree, yada, yada, you know, blah, blah, whatever. I kind of see this in terms of this particular reading is definitely like there's a opening. There's an opening in terms of jumping like, kind of like putting your very best foot forward. Let me say that. Your very best foot forward. And the foot that is significant in this respect is definitely the more analytical, more mathematical, more left brain, more masculine energy. This is more of a action. This is more of a doing, and then let the creativity follow. Okay. Let the creativity follow. So they're both needed, but look at things more in terms of analytically, logically, mathematically, very practical. Look at it in terms of being very practical. Okay. The third card here. No, I'm sorry. This will be number 3 because I got the cards kind of pushed down. My apologies. Okay, so this will be the third card. This is what you need to know to help the thing that you want, to help it grow. What you need to know is definitely that you hold the key. Right? The key is inside of that heart. The key is inside of the emotions. A lot of times when people tap into the things that really make them feel, the things that really move them, they are able to do things that are like damn near impossible, or what they might have felt in the past to be damn near impossible. So that is really getting into this Queen of Cups sort of energy, because you hold the key, right? You can unlock it at any time. All right. For now, we're just going to set the Queen down because that's some powerful energy. It also speaks to things being clear, but also, you know, of course, connected to the emotion. So that's a flowing sort of energy, but also things being very clear. So there's one aspect of cloudiness, darkness, kind of like just introspective, dark thoughts, being split in the heart, so to speak. But also there's a enormous amount of flow and clarity. So this, to me, it speaks to balancing it out. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go on to the fourth card. Now, this is what you need to do to nurture things along. Okay. So interesting that we have that masculine that's coming up in terms of the nurturing. So this speaks to me, this is about information. Okay, so it might sound a little strange to say nurture in terms of nurturing along with information, right? But see, it's like that sword is sharp, right? It's clear. It's like a mirror. It can reflect. And to me, this speaks more of that analytical, what we talked about in the beginning, more of being very clear and practical about things. You know what I mean? Like this right here, absolutely, right? That, to me, this is a confirmation, okay, of sorts. All right. So the next one is going to be this number 5 card, right? This is what unexpected delay you can watch out for and maybe circumvent. Okay. This is about kind of like being stuck. So this is mastery. This right here is like you going how many paces backwards, right? This is the elevation of that energy. This is going backwards in that energy. This is getting stuck in your head. This is being afraid. This is like nightmares. Really just like, sometimes people be like, oh my God, that gave me a headache, because you're thinking too much. And when you think too much, it basically speaks to doubt. Okay. There is no reason for you to doubt. Don't doubt yourself, right? Because really, this is calling for you to really step into your power in terms of who you really are. Just because this is where you are right now doesn't mean that this is where you stay, right? That 4 of Pentacles turns into the 10 of Pentacles with 6 more Pentacles, right? So that speaks to that 6 speaking to reflection, right? The balance, that Libra energy. Okay. All right. So this right here could be standing in your way, but you know how you get out of this? With the clarity, okay? With a clear mind. So whether that will come about with you doing some positive affirmations, you looking at a time when you did, overcome things, even though it was cloudy and you had these dark sort of thoughts that were inside. Don't stay in the dark too long. Reflect and move on. Know that wherever you are, that you can move that energy, right? You can move that energy. You can circumvent that energy, so to speak. All right. So let's look at this number 6 card. This is what will help you be strong. This Knight of Pentacles. This is going to help you be strong. Okay. To me, this speaks to riding that dark way, that dark energy, so to speak, right? Like it ain't going nowhere. It's part of all of us, right? But we want to bring more light to the situation. We want to bring more sunshine to the situation, right? We want to bring higher vibrations to the situation, because that's what's going to help it transform into what we want it to be. And what really sticks out with this is this movement will likely be slow, one step at a time, taking your time, pacing yourself, right? But being strong in who you are, Another thing very significant sticking out, I would say up your greens, like greens that that you can eat. You know what I mean? Green vegetables, right? That helps too with helping with another thing. Chlorophyll with the purifying the blood, helping to purify the blood, oxygenate the blood also too. But this speaks to there is an aspect of reining in and riding that sort of those dark sort of thoughts or ideas, like, you know what I mean? When you start to feel yourself going a little bit more left, it's riding it, like reining it in, getting a hold on it. Okay. Getting a hold on it so you can carry that pentacle, right? So you can carry it. Yeah. Right. This speaks to moving into the future. It's moving into the future with that. All right. The number 7 card, this right here would be your goal. Look at that. This will be your goal, right? This is at the top, right? This is like a pinnacle, not pentacle, but this is a pinnacle, Pinnacle, right? You know, this is really like being able to fully step into your power. This here, this hand coming out, right, holding the sword. This is like, it could be that whatever has been, whatever ideas that you have had, it's like it bursting through all of that darkness, and it goes from dark to a little cloudy for you. Maybe it's a little gray, but it starts to clear up. So as long as you stay in this sort of energy, right, of getting your mind right, so to speak, you already know what you headed for. It's just that doubt that starts to creep in with people like, you know, I know it may feel a little like, oh my God, like, you know, I feel like I can do this, but, and looking at all these different reasons of like why it won't happen. Start to put into your mind all the reasons why it will happen. So right now it's say, you know, look to put out, like, I would say this, okay, get a piece of paper and write down the top, let's say 5 things that come to your mind that say, okay, this is going to be too hard. This is going to take too long. You know what I mean? It's speaking to that, being in that place of like, you're dreading the journey. You're dreading like what it might take for you to get to where you want to go in love, in terms of your physical, you know what I mean? In terms of your body, in terms of your getting your relationship together, you know what I mean? In terms of your finances, getting them together where you want them to be, where it's comfortable for you. It can feel like a dreading, you know, you could dread that because it speaks to, you know, you having to put in some work. Okay. You having to put in some work. Okay, some more work than you done already put in, because we know y'all put in work. You know, we put in work, Aquarius, right? We put in work. However, you already know like the potential, but person can't actualize potential without putting in the work. But there's a need for the balance, the female, the masculine and the feminine. Yeah, you know I mean, like there's a need to balance. Get out of your head. Get out of your head. All right. Now, the number 8 card. This is going to be the benefit, right? This is going to be the benefit. The world. This is your benefit, right? This is what you, basically it's like, this is what you stand to gain. The world. What kind of world do you wish to create? You know, you are a creator. You are a creator. So creator. This is what you stand to benefit. All right. And this also speaks to, with that 21, that 3, this also speaks to creativity. Now I did say lead with the logic, lead with that masculine, but the creativity, bring it after. Get a pragmatic, plan about it, or a way of looking at it. Be very pragmatic, be practical rather, mathematical, logical. But the creativity, bring it with it. It all goes together. All right. All right. Now, in terms of unexpected gifts. Now, this is interesting, right? This card usually gets a really bad rep, right? Unexpected gifts, like this is an unexpected gift. Look at that. Bringing in that cup. Bringing in that cup. Bringing in that cup. You might be focused on, oh, this and that. These cups are upright, right? This is stuff that to be proud of. And you got even more stuff to be proud of coming in for you. And this speaks to coming in from the past, because you might be lamenting on the past. You might be looking, you know what I mean? Like you're inside down, like inside reflecting. Turn it around. Turn it around. This speaks to being grateful for what you already have and knowing that you didn't come here, you know what I mean? You didn't come to this planet to suffer and not be great. You're already great. It's just a thing of reminding yourself. You know what I'm saying? Remind yourself. You can get out of this. It's nothing. Stand up straight. You know what I mean? Take a good look in the mirror. Write down 5 things that come to mind and say, that says, this is not possible. It's going to take too long. I don't feel like working. Write those 5 things down. On the other side, write down 5 reasons why it's definitely going to happen. Why it's definitely going to happen. Because this is what you stand to benefit. Be a fool. Be a fool. Go for it. Everybody like to watch the fool. They be like, oh man, she a fool. She a fool. He a fool. Be the fool. Be the fool. Be the fool. Do that thing that you feeling afraid to do. Get out of that mind space and looking at things like, you know what I mean? Like it's all dark and dim and all that stuff. You know? Because it's like a coin. It's 2 sides. So for every dark place, there's a light place. Switch it around. Switch it up. You got this. Keep going.